Now that we're done with the 7 articles, we get to start talking about the Bill of Rights and the amendments to the Constitution that were vital to holding this young country together. And even though they were not, first 10 amendments were not passed with the original Constitution, it was a promise to those states that would not have ratified the Constitution had these not been included. So we're going to start with the First Amendment and its limitations. The First Amendment says, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or the right of the people to peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. So out of the First Amendment, we get 5 of your first rights that you have. Number 1, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. It is vitally important to remember the free exercise clause dealing with religion. Obviously, it's not really a right if you have the right to a religion, but you cannot practice your religion. So our founding fathers said Congress cannot limit you on establishing a religion or your ability to freely exercise the beliefs of that religion within reason. So remember the free exercise clause on tests. Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of speech. We talk about speech, we think we know what speech is, but we're going to delve into what is actually the legal definition of speech. Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of the press. Again, we think we know what the press is. We're going to find out and define it legally so we have it for the test. Congress shall make no law respecting the right of the people peaceably to assemble. So we can get together with people. We can peaceably assemble. What does that mean and why do we need that? Why is that in there? Seems to make sense for us today, but back at that time in the founding of our country, why was that included? Congress shall make no law respecting the right of the people to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Ooh, what does that mean? What does a redress of grievance mean? First freedom we have religion and the free exercise thereof. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. You've heard it before, the case of church versus state. We can't have a state established religion. Nowhere in the Constitution does it say the phrase separation of church and state. You've all probably heard that. The separation of church and state is not there, but it comes out of right here. An implied right that the government will not tell us what is the proper religion. And the second part of this is prohibiting the free exercise thereof. We need to define a couple things here. What is a religion? So on your worksheet, define religion. We need to have a legal definition of what is a religion. And then more importantly, define free exercise. Get out there, research, tell us what it is to actually freely exercise your religious beliefs. The free exercise thereof. Why would the government have to place limitations on the free exercise thereof clause? Why does the government not allow us to throw cats off the top of a building to release their magical power? The government's going to tell us there's a limit on that. Why is there a limit on that? Look that up, write it in your worksheet. And then if you were a judge, after you research that free exercise clause, where do you put limitations on the free exercise of religion? I'm interested to see your comments on the worksheet. Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of speech. We need to define abridging. We think we know what it means, but let's get a class definition. And we need to really define what is speech and what is protected speech. So define what speech is. Find 2 websites that deal with limitations of the freedom of speech. Be prepared to discuss these limits in class. Secondly, why or why not, in your opinion, do we need limitations on speech? Why do we need these limitations? What is the reasoning behind it? What is speech? What is abridging speech? And then let's discuss some of the limitations on it. Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of the press. Again, obviously we got to define what the press is. Is it just printed material? Well, as times change, we have text messages, we have cell phones, we have electronic data, electronic papers. Where does it draw the line? Where do we define press? Then please find 2 websites that deal with the limitations on the freedom of the press. Be prepared to discuss these in class, and why or why not, in your opinion, do we need limitations on the press? Congress shall make no law respecting the right of the people peaceably to assemble. What's going on in the beginning of our country that we need to have this? So define peaceably. What does it mean to peaceably, and then define assemble? Why does the government protect our right to assemble with people? What were the founding fathers, and why did the founding fathers include this right? What are they thinking? And you have to draw the line again. Thinking as a judge, if you made the law, where do you draw the line? And try to be specific on these lines, because otherwise people are going to jump right over them. You leave a loophole. Tell us where peaceably assemble and why we're doing it and where you would draw the line. And finally, Congress shall make no law abridging the right of the people to petition the government for a redress of grievances. What does redress mean? And then what is a grievance? Why do we have to go to the government to redress our grievances? And then how does the government determine if redress is needed? It's out there, research it. And as a judge, where do you draw the line in allowing people to petition the government for a redress of grievances? Look forward to discussing these in class. See you tomorrow.